The Munay-ki are the initiation rites of the medicine people of the Americas. They are a 9-step process for healing the wounds from our past, from our childhood, and the wounds of our ancestors, the genetic and the karmic inheritance that we were born into this life with. My name is Dr. Alberto Villoldo. I am a medical anthropologist who began researching the human mind, how the mind creates psychosomatic health and disease. And early in my training, I left my laboratory at San Francisco State University to go to the Amazon to work with the high medicine people of the rainforest. Later, I ended up working with the last of the Inca, with medicine men and women who are known as Laika, as earth keepers, who were the keepers of an ancient body of prophecy, but even more important, they were the keepers of a body of processes that can help us to not only heal, but step into who we are becoming 10,000 years from today. They are the keepers of a prophecy that speak about the year 2012 as a cataclysmic time for the earth, as a time of the culling of humanity, a harvesting of souls they speak about. At the same time, they talk about a time of tremendous opportunity for humanity to step into a millennium of gold and a millennium of peace. These are the prophecies of the Inca, of the Mayan, of the Hopi, and they all converge on this time in history, today. They are the prophecies of 2012. As important as the prophecies are the processes. The processes are the energetic transmissions that will allow us to step into who we are becoming, the quantum leap into an entirely new kind of human that I like to speak about as Homo luminous. The Laika, the earth keepers of old, recognize that we have a luminous energy field that envelops the physical body and that organizes the body in the same way that a magnet organizes iron filings on top of a piece of glass. The luminous energy field is the software that informs DNA, which is the hardware. The hardware, DNA, manufactures the body. When we download the latest version of the software by reaching into the future and stepping into who we are becoming, receiving the instructions that will reprogram our DNA, that will help us to create new bodies that age differently, that heal differently, and that die differently. This is the opportunity that we have today. Because the Laika, the earth keepers, understand that evolution does not happen only in between generations, like we like to think of in biology. They understand that evolution happens within generations. That we are creating a new body every 8 months. Not a single molecule in your body remains in your body for longer than 8 months. So that who you are today, 8 months ago, was river and elk and salmon and whale and eagle. 8 months from now, you will grow an entirely new body that can be a replica of the one that you had 8 months ago, that was still informed by your karma, by the genes that you inherited from your parents. Or you can grow a luminous body that will be informed by who you are becoming, by who we are becoming as a new species that is appearing in the planet between today and the year 2012. Because we are the ones that we've been waiting for. This is what the teachings of the Laika, of the Earth Keepers, tell us. That we can re-inform our DNA, that we can grow a new luminous blueprint. What the Earth Keepers tell us is that There's no junk DNA in our system. Scientists believe that up to 90% of your DNA is redundant, is junk. We know that there's no such thing. We know that within this DNA is the pool of possible instructions for creating a luminous being. And that this is happening today. This has never been possible before in the history of humanity. It is possible within our lifetimes. The Laika are not ordinary shamans. They're not ordinary healers and herbalists and midwives. They are the earth keepers, the wisdom keepers. They came across the Bering Straits 30,000 years ago. Before that, they walked over the Himalayas, across the plains of China and into Siberia, crossed the frozen Bering Straits and entered North America 25 to 30,000 years ago and settled into Central and South America. They are the keepers of an ancient body of rites, and they are making these rites available to us today to help us grow the new human that is emerging in the planet today, who is you and I. I received these rites during my 25-year-long apprenticeship with the Laika high in the Andes and in the Amazon rainforest. They gave me instructions to carry these back into our world, into the West, with the admonition to never charge for these rites. Traditionally, you were brought a gift, a valuable gift, by the person receiving these rites. Later on, as you view the sections on the cautions and precautions that we should take, you will see that it's okay to receive compensation for your coaching and your assistance, but these rites are always shared freely. This is a pi stone. It is a geometric shape known as a torus or a donut, and it represents a hyperdimensional gateway that gives us access to an invisible realm that the Laika and the Earth Keepers have access to as a result of the 9 initiations of the Munay-ki. The pi stone is a representation of the human luminous energy field. It's a luminous energy field that surrounds and envelops the physical body, and that is the blueprint for our physical, emotional, and spiritual selves. The luminous energy field enters the body through our feet, rises up through the core of the body along our spine and out the very top of our heads, and then comes down the width of our outstretched arms, entering the earth for about a foot and rising up through our feet once again, creating a donut-shaped luminous structure that contains, envelops, and informs us. The pi stones are found throughout the Americas. Vast quantities of them are in museums. No one knows what they were used for. The Laika know that they are portals or gateways. But they also know that they're simply stones, that you are the portal, that you are the gateway, that when you become an access point to the hyperdimensional matrix of creation, at that point, your luminous energy field is unbound from time. You're no longer the effects only of your past, of the events that occurred to you when you were 12, when you were 6, in a former lifetime, before you were born. You're no longer the result of the genes that you inherited from your mother and your father, but you are the result of the future, of your destiny reaching back like a giant hand and compelling and propelling you into your becoming. You, in effect, become